Good morning, folks. Good evening. Good afternoon. Welcome to SKTV. Welcome to SKTV Live. As you can see, Nova and I are here. We're not checking. We here. You can see my boy Nova over there doing a thing. Nova, Nova looking like paying attention somewhere else, folks. As you join us, let us know where you're following us from.
Sorry, I'm thinking about something is playing at the back, so I'm trying to mute, get it off completely. But again, what's up, brother? I'm getting you. What's up? Yeah, please share the show, though, folks.
Oh man, you wearing yellow today. I'm wearing purple.
Oh yes, indeed, and that's the beauty of life because sometimes we join the chorus together, but again, sometimes we live alone or we live separately, so we don't really know as to what kind of dress code or you don't know what I'm going to be wearing. So again, we thank God and we're grateful for everything. How you end?
We are grateful for everything. The force of Johnson Milburn Cooler. My man, I hear you're passing around say you're supporting. I know I know what you're on at Thanksgiving or what are you doing?
Yes, great. Thank you. Today is a holiday, having to be the 7th of November. And mind you, every first Thursday in the month of November every year is holiday, is National Thanksgiving Day. That's the time all of us, be it Christians, Muslims, and all of us will give thanks to the Almighty Creator for bringing us this far in life. So again, yes, indeed, today is Thanksgiving Day, and for matter of fact, is holiday.
Well, you ain't got anything serious going on in the country anyway. So if you say the holiday, then it's just another means for you to waste your own time and waste resources in the country. You got a serious government and a serious president who is less busy. And so, I mean, at the end of the day, I ain't got nothing to tell you happy Thanksgiving for over there anyways. So I'm not going to return.
And I respectfully disagree if you say you don't have nothing to do.
You got nothing to do in that country. You're bold as hell. President is bold as nothing. That's why he dedicating Dumper, he dedicating Toilet, he dedicating he dedicated hey, the president boy, he got nothing going on. He got nothing going on in the country. Nothing serious going on in the country.
So I will respectfully disagree with you as a or in fact practicing and praying how to be deacon that the one day that we take today to appreciate the Almighty God. You want us to do what we think.
Oh, so they want your day, few days ago while you're on the ring, your brother that joker from Nigeria, Jerry. Oh, you're not appreciating God?
No,
that's sweet from Nigeria. You're calling men of God. That's sweet talker. Because you're addicted to people who can eat you. Me, if I want cook and I want eat like grandpa, there are two places I will go. Either go to the church or I will go into politics. That the two people that can eat you in that country. You're so believing them. You're so believing them. So the other one, why you're gonna be doing yelling 2, 3 in the morning, wasting time, disturbing people's sleep. You're not praising God. You're not thanking God. What are you thanking God for?
We tell God, thank you for look. Let me tell you, I like the questions.
People, man.
For me, or Steve, one of my best requests ever to God is to always appreciate Him. Instead of me requesting, asking, I want this, I want travel, I want children, I want visa, I want this. No. I'm always telling God, thank you. So on this day, I think it's good that you dance. It's just like maybe some of our religious people, or maybe some of our churches, but you can day, you cook enough food. People eat. People
you get money to cook? You get money to cook?
Especially in the churches. No,
in the churches. Your chair not do that one. Your chair do that one. The pastor chair you go to, you're doing it.
But what I'm saying now, the heart is supposed to be like, because you are telling God, thank you for giving you all of those years, for giving you the opportunity for you to be alive, for giving you
the opportunity for you to be praise and worship to politicians, for you to defend pastors, for you to defend hustlers and calling themselves pastors, the opportunity for you to cause other people when they tell you the truth, the opportunity for you to go after other people when they come to open your own eyes and speak truth to power, the opportunity for you to pass around, make fool out of yourself while the politicians enrich themselves and the children. That the opportunity you're going to take what thank you for. You're not serious in that country. I say there are
people, Steve, that will worship, and there are people that will not worship people. There are people that will want to maybe have somebody bad things, and there are people that want to say.
But we're speaking in majority, though. We're not speaking in minority. We're speaking in majority, bro.
Wonderful. I agree with you. But get in mind that there are other people who believe in God and who say, for me, I want to follow the path of Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ on this earth, he talk about love, and he always talking truth, always saying the truth to people. So these are two major things.
Jesus, you're following in the arena all day.
Say people who look, I can even go there, Steve. But
Jesus, start. Don't circumvent the conversation. We're not doing politics. That Jesus, you're talking be around in the arena all day with Jerry. You see in that country. Jesus said, Jesus said, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, he's sick and tired of you. I say it. Jesus is sick and tired of you. You know what the Bible says? Because of the lack of knowledge, my people perish. And y'all perish in that country. You're perishing.
I agree with you.
Perish.
Because even though today we observe some things today, and there are so small reactions, because they are not really major to say there are major reactions, but some of these small reactions like reality, like for example today, the Mufti Mek.
We'll come to that one. Don't rush our conversation. We'll come to that one. You're a Christian and you're hypocritical. I say it. You would call yourself Christians. You're hypocritical. You're not Christian. I told you before, me, I'm not a Christian. You're hypocritical. You're divisive. Including
Hello, my young man. When you resigned from being a Christian,
my man, I started being a Christian from the day my eye opened to reality. Now nobody can eat me on your fully level that you got going on.
So who are you now? I'm saying you are not Christian.
I am a believer. I am a believer.
Okay, so you are Jewish.
I'm far different from you. Far different from that fully level you got going on.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, my young man. So yes. When you are not part of us now,
yes,
then you don't have to insult. The only thing you can do.
No. Which one's the insult?
The word that you are just using is adjectives.
Yes.
I don't think they are necessary.
No, but they're not insult. No, like a Sonic Club because we want to read them. They are adjectives. What are adjectives? You can learn adjectives in school.
I agree with what I'm saying.
No, but you said that insult because how y'all can do it and you turn people against, turn the people against people and put telling you the truth. I said that foolishness.
The truth. Let me tell you, Jesus Christ.
Wait now, let me ask you.
Jesus Christ is truth. But you're not sounding the way you want to sound.
Let me ask you the question.
Yeah, ask me. Yeah, ask me.
You get recording of Jesus' voice, the way he uses it.
But we're reading the Bible now.
We need that story, man. So the Bible called them fools. The Bible called people.
I agree.
Wait. The Bible called people fools and called them harlots. Oh, so when fools behave foolish, when you say their foolishness they are doing, like insult.
Great. So you want me to respond?
Please.
All right, good. So the Bible calls people fools for the fools that before their time, right? I agree with that, and myself, I've been reading that, and in fact, I've been seeing that. But to come publicly, and say that to people, then I will have issues, or I will have my own take on that, because you.
Oh, so why you can come publicly and tell people? But then why you can come publicly and tell people? For God so loved, John 3:16, for God so loved the world. Why you can say publicly? Why you can say privately?
Yes, John 3:16, for God so loved the world, that he gave us his only begotten Son, that whosoever that believeth in him shall not perish. Good. That means, look, Steve, the point here is we got to learn to teach good things, and we got to get good gift. According to the Saint Jesus Christ, he said, who want to get bad thing to their child? Who want to get a child snake? Nobody.
Oh, so the part I talk about the Bible, what the Bible says fools. I shouldn't say that part. I should
No,
not say the part.
no, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying.
What are you saying though?
No, but when you just say in the way, like for example, you are no more part, and you want to criticize.
I am no more part of
You
that.
can have your own.
Let me just say.
You can have your own view. I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Jewish, but I allow them and I follow them. And, yeah.
When a Muslim do what is wrong, I'll say they do what is wrong. When Christians do what is wrong, I say do what is wrong. And I judge you no. But the truth about it is, I'm not part of that joke that you got going on. You call Christianity. It's a joke. The day you wake up, you open your eyeball and you start allowing your friend in the position. Let me tell you something. One of the most important things that has happened to me in my life since I've been living, one of the most important things that happened to me is to get my freedom so that no man or woman can position me. That is one of the most important things that happened to me in my life. That's just what you got going on. Where you can get one joker and lie to all of you and position you and speak to you emotionally and mesmerize you and leave you in utopia and leave you in suffering.
So
not ready. It's like what politician telling me say. It's like Joseph Bada telling me say he will change like Robert. You get your own life.
So you can have a country of close to 5.2 million people. Then maybe 5,000 people go somewhere, and then you say, "Oh no." Then I disagree with you on that because
that's why I say, "Bah, I can't decide for everybody. I'm speaking for myself."
Good. Good. So then now we'll come back to those who are following these transactional gospels, because mind you, they are good people and they are bad people, but the bad people are more than the good people.
Well, I never criticize the people. I criticize the religion. I never criticize the people that are different. But your problem is you're who Christian, you think that you're Jesus junior and you're Jesus defender, so you might defend stupidity. Even when it's wrong, you will defend it. Even when it's wrong, it doesn't make sense. This is the problem. This brainwashing thing must wipe away. Look, let me tell you something.
Now,
it's open.
So now I cannot simply tell you today from what I observed that indeed the Christianity is, or if there been a heavy room that been given that people can critique, ask, do, disagree, and even maybe questions your pastors and so forth on their behavior.
But I know what is your approval of the problem there. I'm saying it ahead of time. Because the people I was saying, the people we can say on SKTV that you can to pass. But I'm gonna get a social issue before we get into the politics because we get plenty of
let's move.
So before we get a social issue, let's get something clear. Folks, thank you for joining us. Those of you who are sharing the show, thank you.
Yes.
Listen, we're just warming up. The show will be hard today. Let's share this. When I even start here, maybe in feeling defending Jesus. Maybe
I'm not.
You defend Jesus. You defend Jesus. Okay, Jesus.
I'm not defending. I can't even defend God.
My man, Jesus spoke today. Jesus spoke, man. I will drink water on our one. Jesus spoke, man.
Don't get me wrong, man, but I'm not defending Jesus. I'm not defending God. But the only thing is that because the Bible says, if you know the truth, you should say the truth, and the truth will set you free.
You defend Jesus. But I'm saying the truth, you very well.
No, I'm only telling you.
You get attitude. You say the truth
on the right way.
My man, there's no right way for saying the truth. The truth is the truth. Somebody is a criminal. Say the truth. That the same thing you can do politicians can say to you. That the same thing you can do politicians can say to you. Don't call me criminal. Just say I embezzle. No, I can call them criminals. And you have fully thing. That you also teach me how to speak English. I'm talking the way it's supposed to be. I don't want to be politically correct. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the fact. The way you want to say it that way. The way I want to say it, let me say it that way. I'm grown. I'm responsible for my words. I mean everywhere I say that the thing that you're doing in Christianity is joke. And you're allowing people to use it's a joke. Very serious. But I get to something that's very important. You know where Jerry, that other Nigerian guy that came to opposition, you agree. Because you're, oh God, I just came with you. You can't get tired with people eating you in that country. You can't get tired with people, you're addicted to people who can use you and abuse you. I think I know this about most Liberians, especially the one in Liberia. You're allergic to truth. You're allergic to the facts. You're allergic to good people. You're allergic to morals and ethics. You don't like that. You guys are accustomed to criminals, crooks, liars, deceivers, people who will manipulate you and play you. So I know what's up with you and I work with you. Me, I already understand. I want to hear somebody calling the phone, oh, and you can't call and tell that, and you know this. I said, go sit down somewhere. You moral person. You're not moral person. Go find several seats and sit down. I don't discuss people who have no standard, no moral. They're political party. You support Joseph Barroso, they discuss moral with me. But let's get to the issue. Let's get to the issue because there's something important that we need to talk about. When Joseph Boakai came, when Jerry came, to Liberia, the Nigerian guy who was for a few days. When Jerry came to Liberia, Joseph Boakai sent his chief of protocol to receive him. Let me say this to the Liberian people, because this is critically important. When the president sends his chief of protocol to receive anybody that comes in the country, anybody, that means you have been lifted to the presidential level. The presidential chief of protocol is not for just anybody. But Joseph Boakai did that. Some of us had a problem with it. It's a serious problem. What God cannot do does not exist. He's a quote-unquote religious man or Christian. If that won't by imposition, anyway, you're already brainwashed, most of you. I'm not worried about that one. The one I'm concerned about is using taxpayer monies and resources to fund this process, which I think is absolutely wrong. Because even our constitution says we must separate religion from state and all the other things, from religion, from politics. I think it's wrong. I think it's very, very wrong. And I think we Liberians need to stand against it. The people who brought Jerry in Liberia supposed to take him and carry to Joseph Boakai if Joseph Boakai won't meet him. That's a total different thing. Like Joseph Boakai right to meet whoever he wants to meet, what kind of religious person, society person, soul person, medicine man. That ain't right. That we can't take it from him. But to use taxpayer money to elevate Jerry, who is a core artist or core man, to bring him, to carry him, and the chief of protocol, our own chief of protocol in the country go receive him with taxpayer money, is unacceptable. It is sad. That is one aspect. But the other aspect, if Joseph Boakai did that for Jerry, yesterday, the religious scholars from the Muslim community, from the Muslim religion, visited Liberia. Did Joseph Boakai send his chief of protocol to pick them up too? Because Liberia can say, whether you like it or not, that foolishness I see you're passing around with Liberia built on a Christian nation, that's not true. Liberia not built on no Christian nation. That foolishness is in your head, it's in the head of politicians who are intimidated. The truth about it is this: Liberia was not built on no Christian principles. That is not true. Liberia is not a Christian nation. That is not true. Unfortunately, we got a bunch of Christians passing around on as Christians. Because in Christianity, you can do anything. That in Christianity, you can go and eat everybody will know you come back, you say God call you, we accept it. You can go, you steal from people, you say God call you, we accept you. You can go, you care, you come back, they say God call you, accept. You get somebody like Prince Johnson and passing around and say God call him. And you accept it. That in Christianity, that foolishness they can hold. Only in Christianity, we see that foolishness. In Christianity, they get a God who is a mumu. He just sitting there. He know what's going on. When you say these things, they get there with you. But me, I don't care. I don't care about your religious thing you got going on. Because most of you are lost anyway. You're not in touch with reality. Because the reality here is you will not sit down and allow one group of people to manipulate you, to exploit you, to extort you, to use you to the point where when you owe, you even look useless. You got a pastor riding a 2024 Mercedes Benz, and you stay at the bus stop or Wednesday beating you. You walking to go to the church, but the pastor enjoying, the pastor cheering, living luxurious life, and you tell me that I want Jesus want, you tell me say that I want God want, that God, something got to be wrong with that God. Something seriously got to be wrong with that God. So I'm saying this, what happened today is wrong. Joseph Boakai is supposed to send the same chief of protocol to pick up those Muslim leaders that came in the country too. We must have fairness, balance, and equity in our country. This is serious. For those of you who come in, you're talking for the Muslim people, I don't care about you. You are not important. You are limited. You are myopic. That's why. Let's be fair. If we did it for one hustler that came from Nigeria, let's do it for another religion too. Say y'all want to get the government involved with religious practices. Y'all want the government to be involved with when religion pro kind of country, then the president, how can the president scoot the presidency this low? When we're talking young events. But this is embarrassing. This is problematic. You set the nation, you set the platform, you set the agenda for the nation to fail. And I see the hypocrite and pastor that are calling themselves Christian or whatever. I don't even worry about it one because they don't know what they're doing. They're lost souls. They're confused individuals. I'm not worried about your pastor can read Bible for you. I'm not worried about you. But I'm saying the presidency, politics should not be mixed with religion. It gets very dangerous and becomes problematic. So I will hope Joseph Boakai will do the same for the Muslim community. I will hope so. Because everybody must be treated equally and fairly. The Muslim people are as equal in Liberia as the Christian. Nobody better than a friend. All of us, we are Liberian at the end of the day. All of us, we are Liberians. Everybody must be treated equally with respect. So I'm calling on the president to call the Muslim community too and visit the muftis that came. And when they're going by, at least let the presidential protocol, let it escort carry them to the airport too. This is the fair thing and the best thing to do. This foolishness needs to stop. Because some of you who don't know the history, when child Taylor then were oppressing or whatever they did, our Muslim brothers and sisters waste their blood to fight child Taylor. The loud war that happened in Liberia. You don't know. I don't work about you who don't know anything. You don't know history. Let me tell you something. You live by what you know. I know the truth. I'm not here to hide the truth for anybody. That's why I speak boldly. I speak the way I speak. I could care less about you guys. So at this point, you guys who are Jesus defenders, you guys who are Jesus genius, you guys who are Christians, who are wasting your time anyways, because you're wasting your time. You don't need to call on President Boakai. And the same Bible says you love your neighbor as you love yourself. And the same Bible that say it. So let's treat our neighbors equally too now. So maybe I want to leave that one with you, what you said before.
Yes. So thank you, my brother. Maybe there are two things I will observe from that entire thing, because I saw your post also, and I was like, wow. But again, let's just take this maybe into consideration. Maybe not everybody want to go through that route. Let me just say it, because there are people, they say, I don't want to go through all the kind of protocol. I just want to be easy and move straight to my people. That one. Two, I will also look at the Muslim community or those people who are part of the executive. Mind you, we have Kula Fofana, who very close to the president. So I think if there's any protocol breach, or maybe if the mayor wanted maybe to meet the president, or maybe if they want to start it that way and it didn't happen, well, I don't know yet, but I'm still trying to figure out as to what really went wrong. Like you say, you're right, because sometimes even if there's big guests, no matter whether that guest is politician, whether they are religious people, the first thing you do is you have to bring them to the leader. For me, whether the leader is wicked, the leader is this, the leader is that, is not the point. But let the religious people meet the leader, because through them, it's possible that the leader can change. Because we are all human, so we influence. So if a this kind of thing happen, then we should be asking Kula Fofana and most of our religious, our Muslim brothers and sisters who are close to the executive as to what went wrong, what really happened. But if they come out and tell us that, oh, maybe the fought high and didn't work out, then we cannot come out and say, okay, president, or maybe the government do this, or they do this, or they do that. But for me, on that point, I don't really want to hold maybe the government responsible yet 100%, because it's possible that maybe the people didn't want their mufti maybe to be associated with anything maybe that had to do with presidential convoy or so forth. That's another one. But no big person come in this country without the security or without the president knowing. So again, I agree with you, and we got to look at all these things. And today, let me be frank, Steve, I'm just overwhelmed. I'm not a Muslim. I'm a religious person. I believe in one God, and all of us we serving the same God. But today, what I saw today at SKD is speak volume. And I think it's about time that all of us as religious people, like I was saying the few times on the radio, let's be able to have a religious festival where we'll see all of us coming together as one people instead of the division, my brother. Most of the division today that are going on today based on the kind of way people preach, the kind of way people teach, the kind of way people tell people what to do. So at the end of the day, you see, there are heavy division between both parties, the Muslim community and the Christian community. Nobody has died one day and go to heaven and come back and say, oh, are you Christian? I died. You have the heaven rule, or are you Muslim? I died. No, it's just about how you treat your fellow men. And the Mufti said it today. Say love, 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 and love your brothers. It's not about religion. Stop religious fight. Stop religious war. Focus on how to treat your fellow man good. So, Steve, I agree with you, but I'm still waiting. Maybe if the government will come out and tell us as to maybe what was the protocol like and what happened, well, that's it. But if not, then I think the government they should be blamed for not interacting with the scholar. Mind you, he's scholar, he teaches well, he has so many followers in the Muslim communities. So he's supposed to be well respected and he's supposed to be looked at carefully. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah. We go to the social issue quickly and then get to the politics of the day. The first thing I wanted to say is President Donald Trump is our president-elect. And we'd like to welcome him. We'd like to congratulate President Donald Trump. This is democracy. You might not get what you want. In democracy, you don't always win, but it doesn't still change the fact that President Donald Trump is a convicted criminal. He is a liar, a certified liar. He's a divisive man. He's a joker. I don't believe personally I can ever support such a man for presidency because of my personal stance in life. I can do that. However, the American people voted for him. Election have consequences. We'll wait when he takes power in January of next year. And we'll go through the drama. We'll remind some of you here about the moral compass, the so-called economy that he can fix and so forth. We'll see what he will do. We'll see what he will do. But like I said, President Donald Trump, the president-elect, there is no way, shape, or form I can support such a man. No way. There is in no way, shape, or form. I can not even if I'm crazy, I will lose my mind. It can't happen. But the majority supported him. Guess what? He is our president. You got to accept the result and move on. If God forbid he was not the one that won the election today, then the whole country chaotic because they either steal it or they did this, they did that. But that's, hey, guess what? We'll see what happened. And we'll go from there. See why we told the Liberian election have consequences. You got Joseph Boga your hand and the whole country looking discombobulated, confused, and everything looking scattered, looking at everything upside down in the country. Y'all come and see the drama that will be from one drama to another when Trump takes over. And we'll see where America will go from there. But that's why I want to say on the Donald Trump's election. Melbourne, let's go to social. What caught your attention before we go into the politics for the day?
Social issue about what happened.
Wait for, bro.
Is that?
I know that the one you couldn't wait for the other part of the conversation.
Yes, indeed. You know, that's why I like, but because the free time month been a little bit stressed up, so I don't want to going on with a lot of social issues. But again, my brother, apart from what happened on Tuesday with the news of a man from Equatorial Guinea that have some social interactions with close to 400 women, according to that information, and there are so many videos that surface on the internet coming from some high-ranking officers or some high-ranking government officials, their wives, their fiancés, and so forth. And that also spark up mixed reactions in Liberia as to what happened. How come this one man will be able to go through the kind of offense having close to 400 women? So the social life, people are not saying, people have their own saying, oh, I tell people always accusing men of cheating, but you have one man going around close to 400 women. So what happened? Married people, people are also blaming because there is information that close to almost 60 to 70% of so many women are all married women. So there are mixed reactions. People are saying that no matter how truthful maybe your wife may be to you, how maybe God-fearing, we can say, how maybe economy or maybe economic wise, maybe how best she can be strong, but no matter what, she will stay cheat. So these things are happening, and Liberians are still joking or are making videos, holding their head, holding their arms and so forth, singing and dancing, making video out of it and so forth. So my brother, the entire thing is indeed a serious embarrassment. Someone will say to the society, people are saying that he's the newest King Solomon on the block. So yes, we are here watching as to what's going to happen next. We'll follow, even though we've been getting information from Ikitiwa, getting that WhatsApp and Messenger, all of the platforms that have been used to download stuff are no longer working. The government blocked all of these things. So again, we are still waiting. Maybe there'll be some information from that end what's going to happen next. But so far, these are some of the social news back home in Liberia and the rest of the world that are trending on the social media.
Milborn, let me be on record to say something on the show. Let me be on record to say it. I stand with a guy from Equatorial Guinea 100%. In fact, he's one of my favorite people on earth. You're laughing.
Yeah, man. Why, my brother? Why you want to go that route? Why?
Milborn. For those who read the Bible says there is nothing new under the earth or under the sun. What the Bible says. I stand with a young man. I support him 100%. In fact, he got my revolutionary support. It's a and somebody I need to leave. No problem.
Because I have so many social questions to ask you.
You know that it's what we can do. Hypocritical idea. Stand with that man 100%. Let me ask you the question. Abraham had more than one woman?
No.
Yes. You're not reading your Bible as an incoming deacon about it. Then you deacon yet. Yes, Abraham had more than one woman. The Solomon that they can be making noise for.
Oh, you're talking about Abraham having more than yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Abraham more than one wife.
The Solomon that they can say he wise, but they can use his quotation in other places. They can be using the Bible. How many women Solomon have?
Well, according to information, the man has so many wives, including close to 300. Someone would say side chicks, because that's the only one that people know about.
I mean, I don't want to, let me tell you, all the one adjective that people can use at a business. Anybody can call anybody, and you don't want to call it. It doesn't make any difference. People are moving and living their life. The third part about it I want to clarify is this: David killed what his name?
Uriah,
and told his wife for him, and that's seen Uriah's wife, Bathsheba, the born Solomon. Ain't that true?
Yes.
Okay, so let me say this to everybody watching the show. Y'all carried out your funny thing in somewhere. We told y'all before on the show. Anywhere you get man and woman, these things are common, they are bound to happen, and they will happen. Y'all leave that story, man, that new thing discussing. They only play me, I will get problem. If when they say another man slept with another man, that news for me. When they say another woman with another woman, that news for me. Man be with woman, what are that 500 woman? Like I'm a business, I could care less. I support him. I'm a man. So 100% with him. I'm with him. Those women are wait. Those women are consenting adults. Nobody forced them, nobody raped them, nobody violated them. So they are consenting adults. The first thing. The second part of it, I told you before, no sound-mannered woman or man that respect themselves that will go into any what they call a private and go carry phone them with you and all kind of funny thing. If you come from there with that funny thing, it can't. I will support y'all. What y'all wanted to do? The group people in each other go do something, then bear with each other. That means we'll be there with them. I'm not mad at them. I support that guy. In fact, when he comes from jail, I'm hearing that they came to jail. When he come from jail, he might increase the number to 800. I will support you. We're not here for that. We're not want to waste our time on that. You're not ready here for life. The thing that was so worried, you're not worried about it, that somebody get 500 winning all the way Equatorial Guinea. That the one you get blood pressure on, that I want to give you hard time, that I want you got to pass around and use because you are insecure in your relationship. Oh, you ain't saying women are useless? And a woman with 400 women? Why you ain't saying women useless? Why you ain't saying women useless? You're not ready. You ain't ready in the work. You ain't ready yet. You ain't ready. If after Hakimi, my boy Hakimi, the next man I support, that him there. I support that guy, and my other man I support that the president from Senegal. And the man bounce stay with 2 wives. One Muslim, one Christian. You'll be staying on there. Other people enjoying, you'll be staying on there within your time. My man, let's move on with serious team, man. Before we
so quickly before we move on. So quickly before we move on.
Sekou, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Why can't Sekou looking dark?
Yeah, Sekou.
On be like month today.
That's great. Anyway, no wahala.
So, but what a question you have for me before we get to the politics of the day?
Yes, the social question. Thank you. You said it. But with this social question, because Steve, sometimes people see men as a worst. In fact, the people say, in fact, we are the worst, or maybe I don't even know. But at the end of the day, most of the social issues that goes on have to do with women. So my question to you, 60% of those videos, according to the information, are married women. And most of the women are women who their husbands, even some of the women are big people, their husbands are all big people, they have businesses, they have everything that they think about. But I want to ask you this question socially. What do you think it is the reason for which some of them decide to sleep with a man?
No, but this is not a spiritual thing.
I know it's a physical thing.
This is a physical thing. We as human beings, both men and women, we are born to have the nature to want more than one person. That's how we are. Let me say it again. We have the nature to want more than one person. When you lead that story, what they can be passing around, those women that don't cheat on them, I don't want to worry about. Those women who can be with more than one man. In fact, the way I know most of the women that are dubious is this. When what you don't read about what is saying, and Jesus himself say already in red that when you desire somebody in your heart, that means you already committed that sin. When they see the around, they say the other one, he's sexy, he let that. My friend, they desire those men. They desire those men. So when you start desiring another man in your heart, as a woman, you already cheated on your boyfriend, your husband. Imagine the guy that can be talking to 3, 4, 5 different men. Don't get in a marriage, someone and they're in relationship, they're talking to 3, 4, 5 different men. Because they can't outside yet, so that means they're not cheating, or because they go to the men want to sleep with them, that means they're not cheating. We don't need that story. These people can cheat. These women, they pass around there with more than one man. I don't want to say, I'm not worried about, look, let me say this, Noble. That's what the people do. And that's what the people can do. They will do the best. What thing I should be worried about, that I want also be worried about. So, Melbourne, at the end of the day, the bottom line here is that social issue, that what men will do when there is woman, that what woman will do when there is man. Let's not make that man not commit no crime. Let me say it again. He not commit no crime. It was a willing consensual issue. I'm saying that it was a willing consensual issue. That why I stay with him 100%. And when he comes outside again, he might chop up the number. He might chop up the number. You get any other women you are encouraging gay men and passing around. You already know say you're shocking men. When you see those gay men and passing around, they be acting like women. Instead of you telling them say, "Can't be with me."
You have it too with me at all, making fun.
Making noise and people hear anyone. That I want to ask who can listen to say, the man evil, the man sick. The men are not sick. The man is helping you, the women. The men were helping you. The men were helping the Equatorial Guinea women. You know how many women stress they're passing around? Do you know how many women stress? Do you know how many women that men relieve? Or you really think in your head for two in your head? You really think in your head that somebody man just born for one woman. in our country.
And still quickly before we transition, you know, most of the divorce cases, sometimes from most of the marriages are all about cheating. Especially most of our women, they are controlling. They want you. Look, this thing that happened in Equatorial Guinea, yeah.
The only thing I will say is this: either me, that man knock my woman, I will leave my woman.
Okay, why?
And the only target, I will divorce that woman.
For what? Me, I don't leave.
Oh, that's fine. You can tolerate that. Everybody got different tolerance level. That's how you see it. Me, I don't see it that way. Either me, I will turn you over to the man because you committed the property now. What do you have to do?
No, I can't tell. But let's see. How come
you working with public works?
How come when the woman or when the man cheats, the woman will accept and agree? Well, see,
listen now. I'm saying, listen now. You see, that you spoil the conversation. If this was in the case of a woman, the woman has the right to leave the man. There is nothing wrong with that. No problem. And that's what people don't get.
I said, man, I'll not do it.
That's fine. And then when you're not doing it, guess what? And you're not coming here to again from here, you're knocking. What do I have?
No problem. That life.
Yeah, then
you gotta move on.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll be living, Steve.
I
will just be living.
My man, you know I can play samba, right? I can play the drums. You know I can play the drum, right? You know you have the church drum. Anybody can come and be there.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and when the church goes forward, who can fix it? In the church?
Yeah.
Exactly so. I'm not holding no community property with me.
Oh, man,
if you do that, I'll take it to community. Simple. Mama, I mean, you can speak for me. I respect you. You will right. Keep the woman. That's fine. You can keep her. But me, I can't do that. Oh no, I can't do that.
Yes, because for me, even though the Bible talk about divorce, but at the end of the Bible say if you know, it's just about forgiveness. That entire divorce cycle in the book of Matthew, it's just all about learning to forgive people. So
okay, no
problem.
Maybe stop it.
Don't mind.
I'll forgive you.
Stop talking about forgiveness.
I'll forgive. Yeah.
No problem. No, you make it happen.
The whole topic, I don't want to say nothing is that.
No, but you gotta, as a veteran, you gotta check people.
Yeah, but me, I be looking for the guys that I can see.
Oh, the men are people.
I wouldn't heard about it, but I haven't seen the guy.
Mr. Cannon, the men are big ball. In fact, the men are my man. I run with the men now. I beg you. The men are big.
But they say the man is in jail.
I run with the men from behind prison.
Yes, for different problem though. According to the information, they said there are some financial malpractices or so forth. Some things happened, so they went to search his house. There where they found some of the video recordings and so forth. So maybe a case, there'll be double case or so forth. But for now on, I think the government is after him for another reason.
Maybe when somebody say you see this year, you can forgive 70 times 70.
But gonna forgive. Look, Chief, the problem here is so.
But maybe don't come openly and say you forgive somebody when they cheat. You that kind of thing that you keep it in your heart. If you want to forgive, you forgive. But by you talking there, that can instigate something. You can't do that.
That's why I said that the member forgive. The member you forgive. You can sit down on a forgive case. Me, I'll sit on the case. I don't worry about it.
The problem here is everyone are stressed up. So the time I will be taking to put my life into stress in the name of I'm trying to run after somebody who cheat on me all that time. The children are all headed scatter. Family, no. For me, I have no patience for all this thing. You move, we move.
Me, I don't even call it cheating. I call it personal choice. People get personal choices they can make in life. If somebody make a personal choice, I will respect it, but I will leave you. I will leave. If I want to leave you, I will make it ceremonious.
So Steve,
what are you talking
Steve, let me ask you. Steve, let me ask you. If a woman cheat, you will leave her. So if you cheat, a woman should leave you?
Yeah, most definitely. So she chooses to. If she chooses to stay around, then that's fine. We'll stay well together. I mean, it's a personal choice. You can't make that to anybody. Let's be fair, Mr. Kane, because everybody has different tolerance level, right? Maybe the way you can tolerate certain things, I might not. The way Melbourne, you know, so we are all individually different. My tolerance level not to that level. So when you cross that line, you gotta go. And when you go, we'll replace you. Don't you say you go, you so go, then you be replaced. You who? If I want to bounce back on you, say you will check. You say, yeah, they got you understand the time. You so me no anytime you go free. But then when I get a politics, I get a politics because they got a lot of there.
They want to pay a number of phone.
Yeah, because today, for more than 4, 5 years, 10 years, inshallah, everything's scattered, no, man.
I mean, leave that story for more than 4, 5 years. Leave that story for more than 4, 5 years. You'll be passing around with somebody on the team. Forget that thing. Nobody got time for that thing, my boy. Hey, nobody got time. Then imagine too that someone that John go punish you when you see the joint your heart just fucking hold it. I mean, you'll be on that level.
See that case.
But anyway, update what's going on in the country, my man. So we can.
Well, my brother, thank you. So far we are great, thank God. Apart from the Mufti Menk on today at the ATS, our Muslims brothers and sisters today, they were seen at the Jam Park, Anthony Thomas Stadium today, having their prayers. Mind you, today is Thanksgiving Day, and also our Muslims brothers and sisters through their Mufti Menk, who are in Liberia with his delegates for prayers for the Muslim community in Liberia today. They were wonderful, they were colorful, and they are out of them today. They were seen jubilating and pray at the Anthony Thomas Stadium. When we come to politics, yes, indeed, tomorrow will be the 8th of November, and we are still hoping as to which part of the lower house that the executive branch will carry the budget to on tomorrow, because the government of Liberia, through the executive branch, promised to carry the budget to submit the budget on the 8th of November, and on tomorrow, which will be Friday. We're hoping as to which one of the session of the majority block or the minority block. Up to now, there is no reconciliation. There are still division in the lower house between the majority block and that of the minority block, headed by Speaker J. Fonanti Kofa, and with other news also, with the suspension of some lawmakers from the CDC camp. Mind you, on yesterday afternoon, the Congress for Democratic Change of the CDC suspended close to 11 lawmakers from their party in the name of betraying the party, or they should submit themselves for investigation. And apart from that, also with the latest evening news about the appointments of some ambassadors by the president, headed by Joseph Yeman Boakai, or the government headed by Joseph Yeman Boakai on yesterday evening, appointed some ambassadors into or to serve various countries outside of Liberia, and that also were heavily welcomed by all Liberians, even though some are also criticizing some of the appointments, but others are saying yes, indeed, that's the right way to go. So far so good. Apart from some of the other news, those someone will say we have other news like the PCC. On yesterday evening, we saw the Liberia National Police and the PCC officers yesterday into a clash, according to information, and they also ended that at Zone 5 Police Airport, where we also witnessed that scene, but up to date, we are yet to get update as to what happened and what was the outcome of their investigation between the PCC officer and that of the Liberia National Police officer assigned at Zone 5 Airport. So, yes, indeed, we are good. The weather condition here is great. Sun is shining, and Liberians are observing the holiday. So we are all okay here back home.
Well, thank you, Noble. Thank you so much. Mr. Kane, anything?
Yeah, I have a question. I have a question for Mabel. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, please.
Yes, we're getting you.
Mabel, you said the Muslim boy, they were having their prayer today at the Anthony Thomas Stadium. What happened? What kind of prayer was that? Is it like a special prayer, or they were praying for the holiday? What was it?
Well, someone would say, sometimes when while you're planning for another thing and another good thing can happen, maybe there's a blessing, So on today, the mufti or the scholar was to teach, as usual, they always teaching. So he came to Liberia, especially to the Muslim communities and Liberia at large, to teach about God, to tell the people about God. So on today, make it also a holiday, also was a blessing. So on today, they were singing at the ATS. And when it reaches 2 o'clock, mind you, one thing that I really admire was when the time reaches 2 o'clock, time for the Muslim community people or for the Muslim people to pray, they were all, they pause and they start to pray together until their praying time are finished before the program starts. And the scholar teaches well. Actually, he said a lot of things, including love, including giving space to women. That is, men should be able to give little space to women. Maybe he's trying to maybe say we shouldn't make our women to be the, they are 100% control where they don't have freedom, So, and that's it. I mean, we're great. Sekou?
All right, thank you.
Well, Melbourne, I don't know. We're going for the news bulletin or not because we want to tap into the politics now today.
Yeah, so I think you and Sekou can start because I'm seeing the news team enter it. So that's a time until when they give us the opportunity to say, okay, there'll be no news, then we can use that time. But we are going for the news bulletin.
Okay, so in the meantime, we can start here, right? Till you signal all, then we can turn it over to you.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, well, folks, welcome. Let me say a lot of things happening. Just before we go to Sekou, we are getting some information here that the government is planning, the executive. Oh, Melbourne, man, we want you to go to discuss the woman. Melbourne,
Yeah, but we can talk about that later.
yeah. So, but Mr. Kana, what been catching your attention so far? What's been catching your attention?
Yeah, what is catching my attention is that it sounds funny, but it's so crazy. Seditions from the former president George Weah to some former ministers, they are so happy, they are so excited that Donald Trump is re-elected. And
Mm-hmm.
I saw even some of them posting Linda Thomas Greenfield's his pictures and saying some stuff to her. She got to go, she got to do this, she got to do that. So they are so excited. I'm not sure if that is because of the fact that most of the Syrian government officials got sanctioned under Biden administration, and George Weah was subpoenaed to the CIA office under Biden's government.
Mm-hmm.
So if those are the reasons, then they are missing the mark because whether it's Trump or Biden, when it comes to Liberia, Liberia is not like a priority for America right now. It doesn't matter who's president. And Biden was not actually paying attention to say you got to make sure to bring certain government down in Liberia. The policy that really gave Liberia so much attention because of Georgia was there was the whole idea of money laundering and drug dealings. So if Joseph Boaga government will do the same thing, whether that Trump or any other American government, the same approach will continue on Liberia and the Liberian government. So even those officials, government officials.
Mr. Kana, are you there? We're not hearing you. Well, folks, Mr. Kana, are you there? Okay, well, I think Sekou with John, I'm not sure what happened to his phone. But just quickly on the whole election in America, like Sekou said, American policy does not really matter, to be quite honest. And it doesn't automatically mean Donald Trump will replace Linda Greenfield. It does not mean so. But more likely so he could. Amidst everything that's going on in the world, right? Amidst President-elect Donald Trump's personal involvement as president with the Ukraine saga, with Russia and other parts of the world, and the role of the United Nations and all of that. So from a geopolitical standpoint, he might want to get someone in there, someone different. That's totally his prerogative. He can do that. He has right to do that. But one thing that's for sure is if you really look at it for true, the whole issue of sanction actually started under Donald Trump. That the people foreign policy, that's what they would do. They would implement it. They would go for it. They would do what they're supposed to do. So, and there are different factors to consider. So for seditians or other people, other Liberians to be excited that, and thinking that one president will work in their favor, no. The American foreign policy does not, the people are not into sentiments, they're not into all the other extra stuff, my people. The people they are on for serious business. So if you think that they're going to work for you and it's going to be about Liberia, no. Probably said Donald Trump said, Donald Trump don't even know Liberia. If you were really to talk about it, doesn't even know Liberia. It's probably looking at Liberia, sorry to say, as one of the shithole countries anyways. So if you think you're going to fool around and get away with it, well, if there's something serious that the United States needs to delve into or look at, that's a different ballgame. But to say the United States will come melt into Liberian politics and want to do this for Liberia in the new Liberia, no, that's not how it works, my people. Let's be clear about certain things. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how it's going to work, and that's not how these people operate. Let's be totally, absolutely clear about certain things. So, I mean, again, at the end of the day, it's President Donald Trump's business, and we'll know. So, I mein, that, like Sekou said, like Sekou said, I think we just need to be clear about some things. We just need to be clear about something. The American policy is not going to be tailored towards Liberia to sedition over now. People ain't got no serious-minded people ain't got no time for that foolishness. To be very honest, they ain't got no time for that foolishness. I don't know what Africa's, like someone said, I don't know what President Trump's interest with Africa right now. I don't know, but it doesn't also mean that they're just going to give anybody free pass. Mr. Khan, are you back?
Yeah, I was not hearing you.
Yes, we couldn't hear you either. But go ahead, please.
Yeah, so what I was saying that's something that really caught my attention. I think it's too soon for CDC people to actually celebrate anything. You're no longer in power as a political party, as a government, past government or present government. You got to be careful how you get involved with American politics, because most of the policies, especially when it comes to foreign policy, most of it will be the thing, especially when it comes to low level, diplomatic, foreign policy. Low level foreign policy, they don't really care. They can't even reach the presidency. Most of the those things are handled by the Department of State, or the Department of Department of Defense and Department of Treasury. Those things, most of the things again reach to actually the higher of the presidency. So the citizens should not make themselves happy as if to say when Donald Trump comes to power, Donald Trump is going to remove the next president and put in there. So I don't know why they're celebrating. It doesn't make sense.
But Mr. Kane, does Donald Trump even know Liberia? Does he look like somebody who got time for African and the food eating?
No, not at all.
Like you said, the only way they will catch the attention of Donald Trump or the American society or the American system at large, if they delve into something that's going to threaten, like for example, when President Weah was messing around, they had to call him. Whatever Joe Biden or Donald Trump, they would have called him in. Because for them, it's a threat. It reached that level, that threat level reached that high that they got to get his attention on certain things. So it doesn't matter who's in power.
Well, but I don't know why what you're celebrating. Even Joe Weah congratulatory letter. Joe Weah said, Trump election will be a sea change. I don't even know.
But Mr. Cohen, when you look at it for truth, the whole Trump administration, the whole sanction they originated from the Trump time.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, the whole sanction Benin oil there was a system built up already. So Joe Biden then injecting after the people started investigation early on. They don't just want to impose sanction on people. So I mean, either way you do it, the people will seek their interest and will do what they're supposed to do. But Mr. Kenneth, something that's also interesting to me is the quote unquote, I don't want to use the word fight, but I have to use it for a better term here. The fight between Joseph Boakai and George Weah and Thomas Fowler and the CDC. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I know yesterday when I talked about how the CDC was crumbling from within, some of my CDC friends got offended by that. And some of them took some defensive posture for me saying that. But I think this is the beginning of the end of the CDC leadership, especially come 2029, you have more than one person running for the presidency in the CDC. And they might have a divided party, or eventually they could even have some, deflection. Some people will leave the CDC and from their own political party. That is for sure. I know that 100%. Like I said yesterday, we have some CDC leaders that don't need George Weah anymore. That they believe they have gotten to where they want to get, and they are eyeing other position that George Weah may be eyeing in the future, and they don't really care whether or not George Weah wants it. And all they want to do, they have enough. They have enough money, they have enough funding to do whatever they want to do. And if those who are George Weah's enablers, those who want to use George Weah as a stepping stone to exploit the country, for them, they think they are nobody. They can't do anything on their own until George Weah is president. But other people are saying that George Weah has shown himself. He was given the opportunity. He showed his best, and that was not anything close to being successful. It was a total failure, and George Weah exposed himself, exposed his limitation. So at the end of the day, CDC will be destroyed more and more. They will get offended when you say it, but it's just a fact.
Yeah, I will have to agree with you. And yes, I'm confident, D. I agree with you. To be very honest, me personally, the election of Donald Trump is a convicted felon. It's surprising to the entire world that the United States will set such a standard to elect a convicted felon. And like I said, my stance, the things I've said about President Donald Trump in public and in private has not changed. President-elect Donald Trump is a crook, he's a con man, he's an unserious man. He's a man who will come and create division, trouble, and problems here and there, social unrest. That will be for sure. And the White House, when he goes there, he would desecrate it as he did before. So, I mean, all of these things are expected. So, I mean, winning election are one thing. Showing who you are when you win election are another thing. He will definitely show who he is. And the same thing will say about Joseph Boakai. Today, here we are. Election has consequences. So when you elect people, guess what? The consequences that come to them. So we ain't hiding from it. We're not shying away. But Mr. Kane, I want to agree with you that this fight with Thomas Fowler, President George Weah, has come to the public. It's not good for the CDC in any way, shape, or form. It's not. And sedition should not brush it off and should not play it off and make it look like, oh, it's okay, and the parties stay together and we are still united. No, that's not true. Y'all know this thing is not true. Y'all know you're not as united as you think. Y'all know the party is not what it is. Y'all know things are not what it seems to be. That would be honest here, man. That would be honest with people. So for you to claim that everything is rosary and it just no. This is serious. And Thomas Fowler is a key figure in the CDC, whether you like it or not. Thomas Fowler is a key figure in the CDC, especially financially. So it's a problem. Yeah, maybe you back?
Yes, indeed, we're back after the news bulletin.
Okay. Yes, indeed, we're back after the news bulletin. So yeah, so we're talking about the Thomas Fowler story. We're talking about the House of Representatives budget. We want to say here that we have received some, not 100% yet, to be authenticated, but we have received some credible information that the United Party has decided to bypass fanatic COFA. And the way they want to carry it out to give the budget out, that is if they present the budget tomorrow on the 8th. Today is the 7th. They're expected to present the budget. But the strategy they want to use, because you got to present the budget to the chief clerk, and she will present it, or she or he will present it to the speaker. Now, the chief clerk at this point is no longer with fanatic COFA. So what the executive wants to do, and they think they're slick, what they want to do, they want to give it to the chief clerk, and the chief clerk will give it to Thomas Fowler group. That's what they want to do. This is the exact strategy they want to do. The reason they push the budget back, and please, no one, that thing what Costa was talking, that thing what other people talking that Joseph Boaga does not know about it, and Joseph Boaga does not support fanatic COFA removal, that's not true. Oh, Joseph Boaga is fully aware. And Joseph Boaga fully approves of the process. Don't let nobody fool you. Don't be carried away by Unity Party body. They are in it as much as seditions are in it. So this is a double-edged sword for fanatic COFA. Fanatic COFA only got few people that are loyal to him and they want him to stay there. That's it. The rest of the people is a big conspiracy, and they may will not stop until they remove fanatic COFA. Whether he resigns, whether they undermine him till he gets out and walk away, that is the plan. So the matter will go to the chief plan. From what we have, unless they change the plan after today. And we're hearing feedback. Mr. Kana, are you there?
I'm here. We're getting feedback from me.
Yeah, they have us mute him. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, when you ready to talk, we'll unmute. So the men are planning to give the thing to the chief level, and the chief level take it and give it to Thomas Fowler because
the news is the unconfirmed news that you are giving.
Yes, no more. Yes, unconfirmed, but this is the exact thing that the men plan to do. And it is the men with. Let me say this to fanatic COFA. I saw what his name Vandela Patrick saying they won't regroup. Like I said on my Facebook page. Vandela Patrick, they paid him for the protest. It was a wrong move by fanatic COFA again. It was another wrong move by fanatic COFA. The men should converge on the capital. They should do the one, they should do that one. Let me say this to the Liberian people. Saving fanatic COFA's speakership will not make your life better. Not saving his speakership will not make your life better. Your leader, let them do what they want to do to each other. And that's the position I'm taking the whole thing. All of them, only handful of lawmakers are inside there. That's serious. The rest of them are serious-minded people. Don't waste your time behind it. Don't go protest for none of them. It's about them, not about you. Because if it were about you, fanatic COFA wouldn't have signed a budget, the budget that passed in future. He wouldn't have signed it. So fanatic COFA said, not in your interest. He is not in your interest. The other men on the other side, the Samuel Koga and the other one, they're not even in your interest. They're not in your interest. So don't waste your time behind these guys. Let them do what they got to do. This thing has nothing to do with the Liberian people. This particular thing that they own, it has nothing to do with the Liberian people. It has everything to do with them and who will come and control the one so that they can steal. That's it. So you'll be the victim at the end of the day. Mr. Kana, what say you?
Yeah, but I think the echo that you said was coming. I don't think it was coming from me.
Oh yeah.
No.
Okay. And maybe
You know, they may, every time you come back, when they can push that button there, the thing can be echoing.
yeah, you could be right, Mr. Kane. But what say you?
Yeah. So actually, Joseph Juma Bwaga is aware of it until he can come and prove otherwise. I think if Joseph Bwaga was not aware, or if he's not aware, then that means Joseph Bwaga is still not in control of the government,
Yeah.
because the president is not a part of the legislature, but the president in power in many countries, especially in our country in Liberia, they have some level of control over those from his party. Something that will even stall the function of the government, something that will somehow put a blockade on the functioning of the government, for that to be happening, drag
Yeah.
for a week to two, and the president is not taking action, the president is not using his influence or his leverage on his people, that means Joseph Boakai is not controlling anything in Liberia. People are just there, doing their own thing, using him as a stepping stone to exploit the country. But then, those who are controlling Joseph Boakai, whether they are in the legislature or in the executive or wheresoever they may find themselves, they are also on the wrong track. Because you can't have the government, you can't be the one on the side of the government, and you be, you be the same person creating controversy, creating issues, creating commotions, creating things that will stall the functioning of the government. So I don't know what's going on. If the people then who really want Fanatic Kofa out, if they are Joseph Boakai supporter, Joseph Boakai need to take control of them, because this will be at the detriment of the government. You that in power, you don't want noise. You that in power, you don't want create. I mean, you have a budget coming in, and something that you just said, the breaking news that you just gave, I think that would be a wrong move. Those guys on the other side, they may have little more number than other people, but they do not have any legitimacy to go and act on behalf of the legislature or the House of Representatives until they can legally remove Fanatic Kofa. They have no right. They have no legal right to distribute, to even create a section, to a section to create or to even have anything to do any business on behalf of the Liberian legislature. So if Dr. Boakai and his government, the executive, they are part of that, then they are, on the wrong side of history. At the end of the day, that is something that will not go anywhere, because they have no legal reason, they have no legitimacy to preside over anything until Fanatic Kofa can be legally removed as being prescribed in the Liberian Constitution.
Yeah, but Mr. Kane, here's a strategy the men employ to test the water. And like I said, this thing, Mr. Kane, whether we like it or not, we think these guys should follow the legal means. But the truth about it is these guys have gone past that legal means. For example, Fanatic Kofa took it to the court, the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court washed their hand out of it and said, we don't want to be part of it. That in itself is on the money and say, you're going to handle it. So they took it from the legal side now, they've made it political. But here's another trick the men brought on Fanatine team. That Fanatine probably they're not thinking about these things, they're not processing ahead of time. You say the men are not legitimate. You say the men are not legal. The men go and have session. And they say they want to investigate a couple of people for among you. And you're even giving a credence. The fact that you're giving the thing that came from that.
Hold on 1 second. So the guys who are trying to unseat Fanatic Kofa, they had a meeting, because that's not sexual.
They had a
That
section.
section is not a section. So long it's
Yes.
not legal, it's not. I will not call it a section.
Okay, they
So
had
they
a
had a
meeting.
meeting. Yeah. So they had a meeting
Yes.
and stated that they are going to investigate certain people from within for not to
The
go far on the rank.
Yes, I think there were
And then
5.
for not to go far, people they submitted to that investigation.
No, they submit to it. They start giving the conversation credence. They start responding to it in media. First thing
Yeah. No. Responding to it is a different. In a way, try to play fool out of them or try to trash talk them. That one, I'm not talking about that, but try to, cooperate with them, try to respond to their demands.
No, they said they will not subject themselves to it.
Yeah, but so it says nothing. Now,
No, but
meeting they
Mr.
have,
Kanye,
anybody can look good and say have a meeting. So long you don't have legitimacy.
Mr. Kanye, here is the thing. Here's the thing. If I were advising anyone of the lawmakers, if anybody asked me, and I was one of the people that was indicted, anybody asked me, what do you do or what do you say? The first thing I will brush it off. That would be the first strategy to want to kill it from the get-go. Because what these guys are trying to do, these guys are trying to insert and establish themselves to be the legitimate body. And this was strategically done, and they calculated a thing long time ago to be able to go all this route. They knew there would probably be a resistance. They knew that Fanati would probably go to the court. So now they're doing it the radical way. So they said they indict the other person, they will do the other person, the person to come for honor investigation and plan, they will do the plan. They might have been setting the whole thing. So at the end of the day, this thing is going to go for a long time. But Mr. Kanye, let me just ask this question to you before maybe we think about going to the land, to you and Melbourne. What kind of image? Let's forget about locally. Let's forget about locally. What kind of image does this bring? What does it say about Liberia on an international standpoint? That this stalemate has been happening for almost 2 to 3 weeks, going on to a month now. What does this say about Liberia? And this is just so for the record, this is Joseph Boakai 11th month as executive, as president of the country. What does that say?
Yeah. I mean, it brings us back to what we said from the initial stage of this government, that the government was very unstable. Now they have proven that to be 100% correct. Look at what's going on right now. This, in a serious country, this could create a constitutional crisis. This could lead to dysfunctioning of the government. This could even stop the government from moving forward. But Liberia, unlike other countries, Liberia, they will go ahead. They will have, the stalemate in the legislature. But I bet you maybe they will go ahead and work with those guys illegally and start out for another Kufa. Like you said, they may do that. Because Liberia is different. It's a different country. So those guys could go ahead right now and give those the budget, give the budget to the clerk. If the clerk is now with Fanatic Kofa, and the clerk turns the document over to Thomas Fala and the renegade groups, Judah Barker, then they will start working with them. But at the same time, Fanatic Kofa people are saying, if at all, because they were depending on the court, that the court will force the people to go. If they fail to go to work, they will declare their positions vacant, wherein the position could be open for re-elections. And that was going to invite total chaos. I don't think Joseph Barker won that. So the whole thing here, I see no end in sight. And I believe it will bring more noise. It will bring more distraction. And I think for some reason, I just got a feeling that the Joseph Barker people didn't like it. Because that means they'll be using the money the way they want to without being, budgeted. Because they don't want making the money. The money we're talking about, the budget, the money It's not sitting in there. These are money that are being collected from taxpayers, from these are money that are being generated from revenue collections, whether it's from Ministry of Commerce, Finance, Maritime, and whether it's a free port and other agencies of government that bring in money. So these budget things that we're talking about here, they're all projections. So at the end of the day, the Bakana will start using the money while the people fighting among themselves. The longer they fight, the more money they will take. Because there's no check and balance. And the Senate is in disarray right now. So it's now nothing gonna happen. The Bakana will just be running, two-sided government, 2 branches, the judiciary and the executive will be working while the legislature in turmoil.
Yep. Well, thank you. Nobody what say you?
Well, even though you asked me, but I'm also getting information that Speaker Geopolitical is reportedly preparing to declare 10 seats vacant. That's the news that I'm getting.
Oh, he being strategic now.
Yes, he's not trying now to 10 seats, 10 seats vacant, according to him.
Why 10? Why 10? Why not? Why not the whole total number of people then who are renegades?
Maybe he want to start small.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Well, but let's go back to what you heard, Milborn. What's unconfirmed was being reported, right? It's unconfirmed being reported. Let's go back to that. Is Fanatic Kofa now leaving the courts and taking radical steps too? Because these guys, let me tell you something, these guys are very calculative. But even going and say they're having quote-unquote a session being defiant and say that they're calling a couple of members of the Fanatic Black to be investigated, it's a strategy in itself to extract themselves. So Fanatic Kofa saying he's declaring 10, like Sekou said, why take 10? Why not take the whole thing? You know what I mean?
For the 3.
They hold for the 3 and throw a whole forest on it, let it be out. And then you'll start a conversation. Because when you leave certain people by, it's not guaranteed that it will come back. So, I mean, the fact that people said there's no end in sight, it's going to be a serious fight at this time. And then this is going to end up to be a street fight. Let me put it that way. Political street fight. Let me put it that way. Because they're taking it from the courts now. They're taking it from the House of Representatives. They're not considering the rules. So it's going to go down. But maybe I'm going to make a point. Please.
Well, so again, let me just Sekou and say to you and our followers, our viewers, indeed that I think this is the time that the president stepped in. I don't know who really advising the president that maybe let keep pressure, maybe pressure him. He will resign. He will resign. He will resign. And we're not seeing the speaker resigning too soon, or maybe in fact he's not even thinking about resigning. So that may cause chaos if care is not taken, because like what Sekou just saying, and I'm also getting information that the student body of the University of Liberia or the OPSU, they may let them protest on the 14th of this month. If these things continue, so there'll be a lot of people now who going to join, ring into other people in the name of let's go now and settle this situation. Send the president now want to settle this. Send the president now want to intervene into these things that are ongoing. I think it's about time that the Liberian people themselves wake up and go to a Capitol building and settle this issue once and for all. Because still, mind you, to see our country instead of the people that you said, they are not talking in the interest of the Liberian people, but they are talking in the interest of themselves as to what they can benefit, which committee they can be on. All these things, they have no benefit on the common person down the line. So what are you fighting for? What are you fighting for? So I think the president has to stand up. I think it's about time that the president now use his wisdom. Those people who been saying, the president, he spent for the 2 years. Oh, the president well to do. The president had experience. I think if that is slide on the arm of the president, then what happened with the CPP? Then I think it not be good for us as a country, because we may likely go into a constitutional crisis, and that will be bad for us. We fought hard for the democracy to reach to this point, and we don't intend to see our country going backward any time soon, even no more in the life of our people and of our children, Steve. So for me, I think it's bad. the president going to step or stand up and call the both party for a conference on tomorrow. If the budget is submitted to the chief clerk and or maybe the sergeant at arm or maybe whosoever, and that person turn it over maybe to the deputy speaker, what's going to happen? The deputy speaker is already on the other camp. So that means that you are submitting the budget to the majority bloc. And that may let there be a chaos. Maybe that may let there be a fight. And if you don't submit, or maybe if you submit the budget to the chief clerk or maybe to the sergeant at arm, and the sergeant at arm submit the budget to the speaker, also, there will be no budget passing because, or maybe it may not even be talked about because the speaker still lack of quorum. So we are in a very serious situation that need to be looked at, that need to be seriously looked at carefully.
Well, before, sorry, you done?
Yes, I'm.
Before I bring more in here, let me say this. Let me say this to the Liberian pool. I know some of the United Party pool will get vexed. Those who support Joseph Boakai will get vexed and get in the feelings. Joseph Boakai has no history of solving any problem, even your own problem. To the point that you got to revert to going to the bank to collect to borrow loans. He got no history. Let me say it again. Joseph Boakai has no history of solving any problems. He either bring other people, walk away from the problems, or be the instigator for the problem. He has no record, no history of solving any problem that I can know about in 40 years. No, he doesn't. If it's there, please present it. Maybe I will take back what I said. Until then, there is none. Most recently, the CPP, Joseph Boakai instigated for them to destroy the CPP so that it could benefit him personally. So you say he want to settle the thing that going on in the house? They ain't ready yet. Anyway, Monk, what say you, man? Welcome to the show. What's going on, bro?
Man, what's up? I came late. I wasn't supposed to be on today, but I tried my best. One thing that brought me here today, for us, we've been rendering judgment on this thing with SKTV. The Liberian people, Steve, me, I'll explain myself over and over. I look at things, I analyze things, I take my decision, I live with the consequences. They think about trying to be morally right. No, that's not my argument. They are not for you if you are the common person out there. I think you just somebody who discussed today. And they will never be in your interest because the system was designed for them to profit at your expense. So what makes you think they're going to find a solution? You know, I enjoy the politics. That's why I keep saying, let the thing keep going and we'll get to know more in the process. The only reason I came on the show today, I just posted a statement from Clarence Carr, and he said something very profound. And we can talk about the political maneuvering and this whole thing about CDC suspension. CDC should just be on the lookout that their party, whether they like it or not, there will be an internal split in their party with the whole Fanatikofa saga because it's all about politics. It's not about the functioning of government. It's not about the respect for the constitution. It's just nothing else but political maneuvering and trying to milk the national budget at your expense. That's all about. That is what Clarence Carr wrote. Memo, are you there, right? You listening? Short statement. He said, I respectfully call on the leadership of the Congress of Democratic to immediately retract my name from the suspension list and issue a public apology for the unfounded inclusion. He said, Representative Carr suspension of the anti-COVID representative. Said, my attention has been drawn to the recent statement issued by Chanja Kawo. I don't know that his name, right, Mabel? Hello?
Yes, Zazakawa.
But you hear me? I'm just saying because I didn't get it.
It's not Zazakawa. It's the name of the new chairman of the CDC. Go ahead.
Oh, you're talking about yes, he's a new
so Mr. Janja K-O-W-O. Yeah,
Janja Kawo.
He's a person. Clarence Carr being named by one of the several lawmakers temporarily suspended from the Congress of Democratic Change. I wish to clarify that I am not a member of the Congress of Democratic Change. The Coalition for Democratic Change, which includes the Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, the National Patriotic Party, the Liberian People's Democratic Party, LPDP, was a unified entity solely to contest the 2023 election. Following the conclusion of the electoral cycle, the coalition has been dissolved, meaning that elected representatives who ran on NPP or LPDP ticket are no longer considered Coalition for Democratic Change candidate or member of the CDC. My membership remains with the Liberian People's Democratic Party, not the Congress for Democratic Change. I am therefore allowed and dismissed to see my name included on your list for Democratic Change lawmaker facing suspension by a party of which I'm now a member. This act only lack basic but also create unnecessary confusion to tarnish the reputation of individuals who are members. Let me start right there. So, see this shit, the whole thing you're talking about suspending people and trying to make the other people afraid in an attempt to support political. Just know that you are a coalition.
Mark, the article you just read, I read it this morning, early this morning. I read it, and it is something that solidifies what we said earlier, that CDC is crumbling from within. Now, they say they're suspending this guy, thinking that he's part of them. The guy said, no, I'm not part of you. You can only suspend me if I'm part of you. But the only thing we had was a temporarily, thing we had together. And we from different parties. After our election, we got nothing to do with you, got nothing to do with me, so you can't suspend me. So that is the suspension they're taking. In fact, I demand an apology from you for even saying that you will suspend me. So CDC is in disarray, even though they don't like it. The fact that Fonati Kofa and Thomas Fala are not on the same page is a shame, and it could get worse. I just want to add that.
Yeah, but that's the truth. Maybe I'm more in your thought, please.
No, and Sekou just said it right. For me, the reason because it's like this suspension attempt is to put fear in the people that in the anti-fanatic over black. But it's just a testament that these guys are not going to bend either. That's why I keep saying let the Liberian people allow them to play out. They will get to know more. They can form their own public sentiment as to which side they want to be sympathetic to. But their whole political maneuvering about making the other side afraid, it's not going to work. That's why they did just a typical example now from Clarence God. I say, bro, you cannot bully us. You're not going to bully me because we form a coalition. You are not CDC now. I mean, Congress for Democratic Change. You are coalition, and there are other parties that are part of this saga, and you cannot intimidate us because the election cycle has come to an end, and you just cannot bully us. So it means nobody is trying to throw in the towel, and they will keep fighting to the very end. For me, I love the drama, and you can keep going, Steve. I will stop there.
All right. Well, let's hear from the Liberian people so we can get enough time to react. Melbourne, you good? I think Melbourne will give us a couple of calls. Folks, stay tuned. If we have enough time, we'll probably try to.
I'm okay. So let me now go to the lines and interact with our listeners. Today's caller, good evening. Yeah, my brother, go ahead. Your name and from where you join us.
I join you from Arai. You know, it's sometimes laughing while listening to the way some of your panelists can look at me. If you go at the National Election Commission, Kanga name will not be recorded there as LPDB candidate, but it would rather say CDC candidate, coalition of democracy. All right. The coalition, it is not LPDB, nor MPD and CDC. No. We have 9 political parties that are part of the coalition. So if other parties are full out, and the election commission still got the record of the coalition of democratic change, I don't see anything wrong with that because the fact that remain here, these are the elected out here. They are members of the coalition. Until that document at the National Election Commission can be solved, we have never notified the National Election Commission say the coalition is resolved. No.
All right, thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening. Please, 1 minute. Let's stick straight to our questions. Maybe our talk to keep a call coming 077-285-961. That's the number for you to call to be part of the SK TV show on this holiday, Thanksgiving Day show this evening. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
Let me say good evening to his SLSC President Kwaka. Summer Dick away from Broadway this Sunday.
Go ahead, Samia.
Let me say Thanksgiving Day to all of you and Liberia in general. I think your family had to refrain that comment sometime when they on the show. The video is meant for public listening or and public consumption. So I got a personal issue with mom. even though we are only in front of democracy, everybody should have free speech. But if we're speaking again or to national level in certain manner, I mean, it sounds well. We who listen to you, we are followers of the people who not on the show and be insulting you to know. I think as a professional man, as a man who live in a advanced society, when it comes to the show, you gotta be very much decent when I mean in your comments. So I mean the issue of Fernando I will always say I will maintain. I don't care what you do, I mean what you do. When you have Quran, you will not return. I mean, you're not to any committee. Imagine the majority who voted for him, they are going against him.
So the man talking about making 10 seats vacant starting from maybe anytime soon.
That man, I no power. He get it. But I no one no control. He doesn't have the number, so I didn't fly. He can go anywhere like Remy say.
All right. Thank you so much. So let's call a good evening.
Good evening,
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
yeah, thank you for the talking show, and I appreciate all of your panelists. Let me start talking on my conversation for the beginning. You know, for the beginning of the show, one of your panelists stated that Christians are not serious matter people. Or pastors, most of the pastors are not serious matter people. He said some of them can go leg their friend women there and come and deceive us. But honestly speaking, you yourself who come from the Christian, the Muslim background or the Islamic background.
No, the man from
and say you want to answer me at the end of the show that says you are poor. You have only come across a single word of the first time. That's wrong. The second issue has to do with the CDC. The CDC is not an unserious matter political institution.
the same word. The man. Hello. All right. So let's call a good evening. The same word he said the man used. The same word you say you want to use or against other people. Yeah, my brother. Good evening.
Thank you. Let me say good evening to your panelists. This is for the Prince Kolake. So I think the Hula Balu from the lower house have intensified. They have reached the stage that manpower issue they own now. Because finally the court have come out with a final ruling when it comes to the hearing on Monday. And that which put the executive black in a very good position to transact any business. And last week, we heard from the information minister that the budget will be turned over to the legitimate person, which is Mr. Fanatic Kofa. But unlike last night, when the information minister was saying that the budget will be turned over to the appropriate authority to look into it. And when he was quizzed by Walter Smith, it will be Fanatic Kofa. He said a good thing about this thing, they have gone to court. And the best place for you to go when you or somebody have a quarrel is to the court. But once the court have come up with an opinion, the final minister will look into it and see which direction will be appropriate that will work in the interest of the people. That's on their wisdom. The budget will be turned over to them. So what I'm saying, once the Supreme Court has given an opinion now, they put the majority black in a clear position that they can transact any business because the Supreme Court is clear. Each of them can go about doing what they're supposed to do in the best interest of the country. So now, I'm not surprised to have heard from one of your panelists that the budget will be turned over to the majority black because what will it take in conclusion to present a budget to people that having or that have struggled to meet a quorum? They have gone for
all right, no problem to you. I think you made a point. So let's call a good evening. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank for the show.
Go ahead, my brother. We're listening to you.
Thank you very much. So, I really appreciate you and your panelists. And when it comes to the CDC, the ordinary representatives are the owners of the CDC. It is not people who they uplift. When you see people who have been uplifted for the CDC, they appear single-handedly. But there were people who uplifted them. And for the beginning of the show, one of your panelists said that Christians are evolving to that they can get married to four women. And they believe that they can celebrate all four women. One of the four women, I mean. So please, Seku or SK or whoever, please can get married to 4 or 5 women.
Now, you see that the problem that I was telling about.
Neighbor.
Yeah. Steve, yeah.
I think you got to stop the call now so we can react to these things.
Yeah, because it's Steve.
I was expecting Steve to jump in and clarify.
Yes. So Steve, please.
I don't want this station to be used to somehow develop any kind of funny, conversation that talk about Muslims and Christians.
Yes, indeed.
And in fact, at the time when these conversations were going on, I was not on the show that time, and I believe I'm the only Muslim on this platform. So people are kind of misinterpreting misinterpreting the whole conversation. Those who talk about Christian, this Christian, that are Christian, today they are Christians. So those of you who are calling, you want to carry your frustration, carry to your friend Christians who are pointing fingers to some of the flaws that they see within among themselves. So there was no comment made by a Muslim person regarding whatever the Christian person or Christian people are doing. That's not our business, and we care less about talking about Christianity. This platform is not about Christian and Muslim. If you're a Muslim, you have the right to talk about any flaws within your religion. If you're a Christian, you have the right to talk about anything you want to talk about about your religion. That got nothing to do with any Muslim person or any Christian person. So those of you who are frustrated and confused, not even listening, not even understanding the voices as to who's speaking, who is saying what, trying to misconstrue the whole thing, take your frustration somewhere else. There's no conversation here from any Muslim person regarding Christianity. So I just want you guys to get that clear. Whatever comment that were made before, they were either made by Steve or Monk or Mabel. And those people are Christian, they have the right to say anything they want to talk about Christianity because they too they are Christian. So don't bring your mouth to the Muslim thing, Muslim person on this thing here. I was not even on that time, but even if I was on, I don't get engaged with those kind of conversation. I just want to make sure that people understand that. And those people who were calling, you take your frustration somewhere else.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. Thank you. Most of our people don't listen, or they either select yes, they don't retain information. You understand? What I said here earlier, and I said it, I'm not a Muslim. I have some people in my inbox even telling me, but why are you speaking for the Muslim people? I said, no, I'm not speaking for no Muslim person. I'm condemning the hypocrisy in Christianity. That's what I'm condemning. I'm condemning Joseph Boakai, who is a president when Jerry, and I said Jerry is a hustler, stand by him. When our hustler Jerry came from Nigeria last week, Joseph Boakai sent the protocol. Joseph Boakai sent his chief protocol to pick up Joseph, to be part of the welcoming and picking up Jerry from the airport to carry him to him. I said that was wrong. The government shouldn't have done that. You can't take the resources of the people to put it behind religious activities or religious events and go pick up somebody. You can't even elevate Jerry to that status in our country. You can't do that. Now the Liberian government invited Jerry to the country. Why allow the chief of protocol for the president to go welcome you or bring you? Why do that? It's wrong. So I said, if they did that for Jerry last week, then since we have the Mufti in Liberia, then the president is supposed to do the same thing too. For the Mufti, the chief protocol officer is supposed to go there and pick up the Mufti unless the Mufti refuses and say, I don't want to do that, then that's a different thing. That's why it should be done. So let's do this equally to create a balance, because Liberia is not a Christian nation. That will lead up that funny thing we've been passing around with. Liberia consists of Christians and Muslims. So those were my statements. And I stand by the statement unequivocally. And I said, most of the things we do in Christianity, that joke, and I stand by it. That joke, I said, if I want to elaborate people about 2 things I will do. I will either get into Christianity and be talking, and be prophesying, and be collecting money from, because I can't put it like an or I get into politics. And I stand by those statements. I'm not choosing those statements because those statements are facts. For those of you who are not listening to the issues and coming here and making your own story because you want to use it to attack somebody or another religion, you think this is a religious contest, you are wrong. You are on the wrong side of the story. So please listen well, folks.
So let me just add up to you, and I'll just like the way Sekou put it. This station is owned and operated by Honorable Musa Hassan Bedete for the past almost 19 years, and 98% of the employees here are all Christians. That's just the fact. So when we talk about religious things, you know the reason why we will not go into Muslim, because I'm not Muslim now. Why am I going to discuss about things that I know nothing about?
Exactly.
So we are, for me, I'm Christian 100%, and I go to the Dubai Baptist Church. So maybe when the Baptist Church got angry and say, maybe the way you talk will not let so want to excommunicate you from the church. I have no issues. My closest connection is with God. But we will not sit here and allow the wrong thing to go on in the religion where we come from. So some of you, please, when you call here, there's not about Muslim and Christian. No. Even the Mufti today, when he said it was both in the interest of every human. He will not delivering people from sickness. He will not do, but now we're not move, my brother. So
yeah, but let me react to some of the things.
Yeah. Because when you talk,
that's why they call suicidal and subconscious programming. You take certain information from birth and you grew up with it because you were told not to criticize something that you believe in. That's how people believe. So they are just uncomfortable with the fact that somebody can criticize the religion that they practice because they were told, you should just accept anything. That's what the problem is. So when you criticize, that's why I keep telling folks there is a difference between spirituality and religion, because when you keep focusing on religion, you keep running into a box. You will keep boxing yourself. But for them, that's just how they see it. So they have a problem, even though people got their own individual belief. But Steve said what he said, and that's a religious fact. You can criticize the religion that you practice if you believe that something is not right, and people are making a mockery out of it. But our people, I don't know. That's it. I just wanted to respond to the first call that talked about the election commission.
Jesus Christ was quizzed on so many occasions. I don't know how come they didn't tend to. By the time you ask questions, it tends like, in fact, you are coming too hard on the pastors. You are doing them. There's a judge now, so you can be judged.
But Jesus, what minister of going against religious figure? Jesus never preached Christianity. Jesus never preached religion. He said the kingdom of my father, right? So a whole ministry was attacking the Pharisee, the rabbi, the religious leader of his time. Those are the people he attacked the most than any other person. So if you think that you cannot question things in your own religion, then you just cannot read your own Bible. It's just sad that you cannot question things happening in your own religion. You should just accept it because you see everything from a religious standpoint. That's why I told you on the show. I said if people understand spirituality, they won't have problem going to any spiritual or religious gathering. Because at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, it's just a different interpretation of something that everybody believes in. We believe that there is God. The only difference is the form of worship and that core fundamental belief. But why would you have problem if somebody got a different viewpoint? Your man can be having 5 children, all of you got individual differences, and you want me to believe that you got almost 8 billion people on this planet, and we also believe the same thing. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't like wasting my time or explaining over there. They want to get off topic. Yeah, no time already, but I can leave it right there. I think that's it. I'm done.
So, Steve, back to you. We got to go. No time.
Yeah, but I think we got to go to Sekou. Let Sekou get his partner coming while we're on the radio. And before we leave, and then Mark will do the scene, and I will do. And if we can take, I don't know if we'll take 1 or 2 calls on this one. Mr. Kane, what say your partner today?
Yeah. So I don't think we have any more time for calls because of the time limit on the radio, unless we want to stay on Facebook alone just to take a few calls from the diaspora. So I'm glad that you guys are clarifying. Skip, on the area that you fell short, I wanted you to make emphasis to that person or to those people who call to tell them that you are a Christian. That's why you're criticizing Christianity. Because the thing is, they want to go with the notion that somebody is on SKTV who happen to be a Muslim, who is bad mouthing Christian, who are saying, look at the kind of erroneous comment that non-spot was making, putting his mouth on Muslim people. You could have other Muslim people calling, and then this will create a very funny, situation. We don't want that. You are a Christian. You have all right to say anything you want to say about Christianity. I'm a Muslim, and I'm a student of Islam. So I understand it. I know it. And I got the right to question anything in my religion, to say anything to my people, because I'm from that faith. For somebody to go and misconstrue what was said and who said it, try to make it look like we're having some religious, conversation here between Muslim and Christian, that was very unfortunate. And I hope whoever that call, I hope they are listening. And I hope they will learn from this. We have 4 people here right now. The 3 of them are Christian. And all of them got the right to say anything they want to say about their religion. If you get there,
even the baby talking about about Muslim married to more than 2-3 women. The book of Exodus. And I mean, some people let me read the Bible. Exodus 21 verse 10. It talk about if you want to marry a second wife. Is that not in the Bible?
But I should have made the point clear. Let me say this. Most of the people know.
They know about maybe that non-score who you just call is now a regular listener. Maybe he doesn't know.
Right. So let me say this to you. I'm not of the Islamic faith or religion. I'm not. In fact, the reason that even gave me the courage and the audacity to criticize Christianity is because I've been there. I've worked throughout all of the different positions. I know how all of them work. In fact, I studied Christianity. I studied that religion. And I studied other religions. So they're not just anybody just talking. I'm talking without fear or favor. That we who are from a Christian religion or faith, we are hypocritical and I stand by it. If you want to defend your pastor, you want to defend your man of God, you want to defend your church, then we'll have that question, then we'll have that conversation as Christian. Leave the Muslim people out of it. The Muslim religion is not part of this. I'd never talk about Muslim religion on the show before. You know why? Because I'm not part of it. What do I have to say? And I'm not here to do, you criticize Christian, you can't criticize Muslim. No. I'm not reaching for that. I'm not going to do that. I am here.
The people that call in that have a problem, they want a classical. That when you criticize your faith, you got to do the same thing. It's so sad, but anyway, that's it. That's why
they're not agreeing. They're agreeing to me to say the thing I'm saying, that I'm wrong thing, that I'm bad thing. But they want me to put my mouth on other religion. No, I'm not part of the religion. Why would I put my mouth on other religion? So I'm saying to you guys, let's talk about us as Christians and the hypocrisy in us, because we have a deacon who welcomed a hustler from Nigeria a few days ago, and you're in the ring there wasting your time. You're in the ring wasting your time, giving your money. Christmas coming, I won't see any one of you.
I wasn't even listening that time. I didn't even know that somebody came to Liberia. I didn't know.
Yeah, one hustler came from Nigeria to Liberia, and President Joseph Yuma Boakai sent the chief of protocol to pick him up from the airport. So I said, this is wrong. Okay. You can't do that with the government. Okay. Now the government said for you. So they're all in a feeling with the current, but they know me. They know me. I don't think so without a thing. What they be on that thing with them.
No, I know you won't hold back. But just the part I wanted to clarify. Maybe that person don't even know you. It doesn't know you. It doesn't know your level when it comes to understanding your religion. When it comes to your study. So they will just kind of run their mouth, thinking that maybe you're a Muslim. That's why you're talking the way you're talking.
Right.
So that's what I wanted to make, help them understand.
Thank you so much for the clarity there. Folks, we'll be winding down here because we are way past our time.
Yeah, we are 3 minutes over the hour.
Yeah, Monk, anything before we close? Any other thing? Because we'll be
For
on
me,
tomorrow.
I will keep saying my closing argument will be very simple. I'm just enjoying this drama. The idea that you think you can bully some people to provide cushion for the speaker, I don't think that's going to work. One thing I say I didn't go to law school. I'm now a legal scholar, but I know I read the Constitution. I read some of the standing orders and the rules of our lawmaker. I know how their operation work. And this thing will be more than dramatic because even if you submit the budget to the minority bloc, once the speaker cannot call for a quorum, you cannot conduct government business. That's why the people in the majority bloc say, we now are the plenary. Because we can call business. Okay, we might not be able to remove the speaker because we don't have the number, but from a procedural standpoint, we are the legal bloc in the legislature. And so, and don't forget the Supreme Court never issued a ruling. It was just a conference call to settle the basics, even if there will be something moving forward. But one of the callers said, oh, the Supreme Court rule, no, that was now a legitimate ruling from the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court just setting the basic for future reference that if they was to take it to an indictment or whatsoever when it comes to that constitutional crisis, then they will know. But at least they have given you signal already. That majority bloc, they might not have the number to remove Fanatic Kofa, but they wields more power than Fanatic Kofa at this stage. Even though on paper he's still a legitimate speaker. I just want for people to understand that. But anyway, thanks to the audience as well. I think I will stop there for the day.
That's a good point.
Yeah, more. That was a valid point you just made. That's why I said today for Liberia standard, Judo Boga people then, you're going to recognize that group.
Yeah.
And then Thomas Fala will be the heir, the temporary speaker until they can elect their own speaker. But they will work. Joe Boga will work with them. And they will be the legitimate brand because they will say they have the number.
Oh yeah, most definitely so. That's what's inside here. They're going to definitely work with them, bring them around, and that's been the game plan. That's what's going to happen. And Fanatic Kofa then will just be there hanging with the gavel, and he got to do business as usual because the manufacturing can respect the code. If the people can respect the court's order, what else do you think? What else?
And the court too can respect us, sir.
No, the court.
Instead of being decisive, the court always leave the thing hanging in the balance. So people go and then fill in the gap for themselves.
Yeah, but Mr. Karen, like you said,
the court did the same thing with the whole idea of no position.
Right.
Instead of letting Joseph Baga say, you're not supposed to do that, instead Joseph Baga say, you not follow the real procedure.
The real procedure.
And then Joseph Baga say, okay, thank you. I found Joseph Baga say, I'm suspended. Yeah. Mom, you need to check something though. From yesterday, it been happening. Your voice when you're talking, something good, and you think you got cloth.
Oh yeah, I don't know what you can hear me.
I don't know why it's happening like that.
Yeah, I think I'm in a location where maybe I got the signal problem.
Steve, Mr. Maulo calling. You want me to take him?
Yeah, let's take one call.
I'll take Mr. Maulo.
Okay. Mr. John Maulo.
Yeah.
You're live. I'm good. Steve, can you guys hear him?
Yes.
Mr. Maulo, go ahead. You're live.
Gentlemen, Monk, Steve, Melbo, how you doing? Listen, this whole issue with the legislature, you know, it is rat trap. And if Joseph Walker make the mistake, because you can see it's evident, I mean, everybody trying to be politically correct. The amount of Unity Party people that are supporting this thing tells me that Joseph Walker is in the heat. But if Joseph Walker or the Unity Party manage to circumvent the Constitution for, you know, while the speaker is still there, they take papers or documents and start dealing with the
renegade group.
That will be the end of him, because we will use that same precedent to take him out.
How?
So, I can tell you, he like to play.
Mr. Maulo, but how will they take him out?
They gotta go in both houses.
So we'll get a bunch of people and say, He didn't want to order from the president. Who will stop them? There will be president. There will be president. And nobody will feel sorry for him because he did it. So you better be careful. Because listen, what Liberian people should start doing, instead of getting into their feelings about who's supporting Fonati and who's supporting the other group, they should tell these balance to go to work. They know the law. Let them abide by the law. Let them go sit down in their chambers, get that 49 if they really got a case, and then put a man for that. But if we allow, for any reason, that these guys must circumvent the Constitution like they do, once the Speaker refused to relinquish his seat, they will do this thing. There will be lawlessness in the whole country. People in the ministry will say, we want an order from the minister. And nobody will be able to do anything over them because it will be president. It will be president. So I hope who are, supporting the nonsense from this 42 people should know that unless they want the country to go into anarchy, these people need to go to work, and the whole of Liberia should be telling them to go to work. Go do their job. They know the law. They know they're not 49. They shouldn't be stopping business. Let them go do their business. When they get 49, they can move the man from it.
But Mr. Maolo, if the United Party people, why Joseph Barker can't tell the people to go back to go to work?
Because Joseph Barker is doing what I want to do.
Okay, so let's wait and see how it's gonna end.
Because if he doesn't say anything, it's gonna shut down.
Yeah, we love the man.
I don't think anything going to shut down though. They're just going to.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
They're just going to
shut down. People are going to continue to make their money. They don't care.
They're just going to recognize the other group, and Fonati will leave hanging.
Another person calling. Let me see. I don't know. Hello.
My name is Shanti. I'm watching the show. I just participate.
What is your name?
I'm watching the show. I'm calling from Maryland.
What's your name?
Chancey Morris.
Chancey Morris, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, listening to you people, I already value your opinion, but by law, it won't be logical for Joseph Barker to do business with people who are not recognized by the country.
Mm-hmm.
He cannot be for sitting law speaker that was recognized, that was elected, and you go and start to do business outside of that. I believe it is not legal. I'm not a lawyer, but just looking at it on a legal standpoint, I don't really think it will even make sense to Joseph Barker as the president of the Republic of Liberia. I can bet that if he does that, then definitely he knows that he will be going against the Constitution, unless he wants to violate the Constitution that he normally does. Then I think the law can take your course then, if that's the case.
So what will be the law to take your course?
The legal people.
The Supreme Court already said they didn't have anything to do with it.
So are you telling me that even if the Supreme Court don't have nothing to do with it, are you telling me that you go and do business with people?
That Joseph Barker country right now, anything Joseph Barker does, Joseph Barker country.
Are you telling me it is those guys are not recognized?
They don't care. They don't care about Constitution. They don't care about law, my brother.
Okay, that's the only way. Unless they don't care.
They don't care. They don't care at all.
Unless they are above the Constitution, that's the only way.
My man, they already started using the money without being budgeted. So,
Mr. Sekou.
Yeah.
Mr. Sekou.
Yeah.
On a serious note, too, we in America here, I get me in the US here, or even in the diaspora, and we should have a say in those kind of things. We shouldn't just say something.
What we can do is to talk about the poor that they got the mean say.
No.
Not that they have the. Let me tell you something. most of the hand that we stretch to our people back home there, it is coming from the diaspora. I must admit.
True.
I think you came up with certain program where you wanted for us to do some kind of structural change within the constitution or whatever. You know that and let me say this. We really need to set precedents in our leadership in Liberia there, wherein we cannot be looking at at least to become a lawmaker, at least you have some, even though the constitution never says so, but at least we should try to, at least people who go over there should have some knowledge. Most of these men who over there call themselves lawmaker, some of them they can't even read the law. Some of them say they are not even high school graduates. Some of them say they are not something just from the plenty and whatsoever area going over there. What type of law can people make to benefit the life of the Liberian people? Let's be honest.
You're right.
If those people over there who go over there, I think they should have some kind of BSN degree set to be qualified, man.
My brother, thank you, man. Thank you. We got to leave it there.
Okay, no problem, man. It was nice talking to you. I appreciate it, man.
For sure.
Well, the only thing I can say,
Steve, another person. I'm gonna take that one. Then would that be the last person?
yeah, let's take that one, please.
Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? We're about to leave now.
Good afternoon, Sekou. How are you?
I'm good. What is your name and where you calling from, sir?
This is Pastor Gerald Cummins.
Pastor Gerald Cummins. Remember, what kind of number you call today? You got a different number again?
But this number got SK1 on my phone so that you are calling.
Okay. No problem. Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
You know, Mr. Marlowe said something a few minutes ago, but you've been around for a little while, so you know, you will read between the line. Every time I come around here, I say the system, and the guys who are part of the system will always play the ball game for themselves. People keep saying we'll come to a place where we'll experience a constitutional crisis. The last time I checked, the only group in the country that forced any government or group of lawmakers to come to a negotiation table was the disbanded AFL soldiers, led by Colonel Wallo Nangwe and others. Besides that, 99% of the people will just talk. They will just talk. From political party to the wheelbarrow boys to even journalists, they will just talk. Nobody can muster the courage in the country to say they will face the lawmakers. I give you one typical example. We just had a protest requesting the lawmakers to go back to work. One of the head of the group posted something. I called somebody who was raising money. And I said, go and read the piece your man wrote. He said, Geroy, I said, listen, go read the piece. If you read the piece, you will understand that this will not hold. It's just going to be another charade. And here we are, Sekou.
And what was the content of that piece, if you don't mind?
What was in that piece that says, if you say you're calling for protest, right, and you're using some strong terminology on the other side, how can this other group, the renegade group, so-called renegade group, will listen to you? In their mind, one anchor of that piece says that you either playing the ball game with the Fonati Kofa end. And for me, I don't even see Fonati, even though there's an issue, their constitutional issue that they need to abide by. But the court can in no way force them. The court can no way force them.
Yeah.
But, you know, Sekou, one of the things we must take into consideration here is this. Like Fonati Kofa, like some of those lawmakers, including that of the Thomas Fala, all these guys are guilty. They are guilty like the rat that chasing a cheese. Remember, it was this same Fonati. Sometimes our people take exception to certain things and they see certain things as some people as angel. It was this same Fonati Kofa that was given millions of dollars for that global wasteland case. The big ball 1, big ball 2, big ball 3. The big ball 1 was actually Ellen Johnson's lead. The big ball 2 was Vanny Potosema. The big ball 3 was the former speaker, Ellis Tyler. What became of that case? Fonati never told the Liberian boy anything. But the people gathered, they elected him. So sometimes he who pays the piper play the tune.
Yep.
The game he played yesterday is the same game. people shifting blame to Thomas Fowler when Philip Brown alleged that Thomas Fowler was the guy who was receiving money at the back of the Ministry of Finance. Thomas Fowler and former lawmakers said they were taking him to court. That case never surfaced in any court. Look, the only people that can muster the courage to face the lawmakers are innovative thinkers who will go to that building and be led by nobody but by themselves to call these lawmakers and say, listen, by constitutional provision, it is our right. Until then, Sekou, the system
Let me say thank you, and let me agree with you before you go.
Yeah.
All the people have been protesting, whether all the people have been calling for this, for that, whether it's a fanatical, whether it's the Henry Costa, whether it's a Vandala Party, all the people that are recruited by a fanatical. So they're not going to go on a level playing field or being on a neutral ground to go and kind of foment any negotiation. You know that that's not going to happen. So everything that's going on is all politics. People dishing out money here and there, finding some surrogate to go out there to make the case for them. But until we can see a genuine quest for the Liberian population, the people themselves, regular people, not those political hustlers that people getting money to go and talk on their behalf. And for Natekova need to stop giving money to all the guys. It's not going to help him. If you really want to see something going on, let him make the case from radio station, let the people, Liberian people themselves get up and force those guys to go to work or force them to change their mind. Other than that, at the end of the day, he will go after all the drink, all the hauling and pulling. Well, thank you, sir.
You're right about that, my brother. But Sekou, that it's just the same old game with the same players. The players haven't changed yet. Yeah. Whether you bring a new political party, I always say, you show me the player, I will tell you how the game will end.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Here is we see new team, but the same old players and the same game.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man, Sekou. Thank you so
much. My brother, thank you as always. Steve?
Yeah, thank you. Well, folks, I think as we said right now, we're saying the same thing. And this is critically important. Tomorrow we'll be on to continue the conversation. But whoever they were leading the protest or whatever it is, Mr. Going to Reed Group.
Yeah, they may join the motorbike, run away to go to group.
They put an answer. No, let me say this. We said this thing before. The way Henry Costa did protest in our country, it will be practically hard for anybody to take protest seriously in our country.
Oh, yes.
It will. We told you all this thing, the way they used to be doing it, it was going to have an impact down the line. Secondly,
nobody, you're right, Steve. Nobody taking all the protest thing to be serious now.
No. Secondly, the only protest
because everything is based on money or what they can get. Now, but any genuine quest to for peace or anything.
The only protest in our country that will hold will be a spontaneous, simultaneous protest. Spontaneous.
Just go ahead, Steve. Sorry, go ahead. I don't want to kill you all the time.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead. I don't
brother called from here just before the man of God could call or pastor comments. He said something profound. Our people love to quote the Constitution about who is right about the speaker and this so-called minority black. The one thing you will never hear them saying that provision of the Constitution that gave them the power themselves to do what is right. The people, but they don't see that part of the Constitution that you can petition or you can put individual pressure on all the lawmakers from your district. No. The thing is, it's not about SKTV taking side. We told you from day one, this thing, it will run to a constitutional crisis. This is gamesmanship from both sides. There is not a better side or a bad side. They are all working there for their own interest. The thing here is, at what stage, we already took a side. We already say, oh, there's the right way to go. The only problem is they are not comfortable in the recommendation that we are making to settle the score in this thing. No, for them, it will always be about taking side. So my brother, it's not about people in the diaspora taking side or not taking side. The question is, the problem here is the people who are given the power to make decisions for themselves, they are not comfortable doing the right thing. So they're looking for some kind of a messiah, whether that fanatic Kufa will survive or the so-called minority, the majority black will get a number. No, they are not looking at that part of the Constitution because Article 42, Article they said, okay, what about the article that said you can put pressure on your own lawmaker to force them to either go to work from your individual congressional district? You see that part of the Constitution, right? Anyway, my man, I will stop there for the day.
This Constitution said the thing that can make me the thing I don't understand is how do you quote Constitution and expect people who don't follow the rule of law to the United Party are not people that follow the rule of law, and they lack more. So with them, there is nothing such as rule of law or whatever it is. The people came to power before they could even take power. They broke the rule of law. They broke everything, all the system. They broke it before Joseph Boga was inaugurated. They broke the rule of law. So what do you expect from these people?
Seven violation will list every single one of them here, including the code of conduct. Every single one of them will list on this show.
I don't understand why people expect that Joseph Boga will follow the rule of law, or Joseph Boga one year somebody other comedian and talking about Joseph Boga is lawyer body. Joseph Boga lawyer body. Yeah, point.
So the Supreme Court also believe that the whole budget thing is only being between the executive and the legislative branch of government, right? Yeah. If there is a budget that's supposed to become everybody fighting for their pease, why make it in the Supreme Court and see that the opportunity to get their share too at this time around? All people I don't know how to get ready to think.
I talk about that one. I told you. They invited the Supreme Court into the conversation. Supreme Court will talk, but you know what? Supreme Court will not say anything right now. They will not make any decision that will make the executive angry because they will not get all the money.
Oh yeah, my man, I see you, man. Tomorrow.
Yeah. So since the budget coming, they want to back and let it go ahead. Let everybody get their money. So they because you know what? If the Supreme Court was serious, they were going to side with Fanatic Kofa because Fanatic Kofa is the legitimate.
Yeah, legitimate on paper.
Yeah, on paper. So they were going to side with Fanatic Kofa and be clear. But people know the money coming. And in Liberia, whether the executive, the judiciary, or the legislature, the executive, the one that control the money, so everybody can pay here to the executive. So the Supreme Court is not going to get any opinion that will make the executive mad, and then they will not put the money they want in the budget for themselves.
Supreme Court is the speaker that people talk on, you get a gavel, but you can't pull it down, so they will deal with the men who got the power to give it.
Then we get the cash. You got a gavel, but the gavel is useless right now.
But you already thought hearing surrogates from that other side, making the case that the gavel is useless. Get a gavel, we get a number, we got the power. So it is what it is. Folks, let's have a good day. We're gonna talk to you soon.
All right.
There are things they can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. There are things they can do. We bring it good news.